Hello, I'm Yugang from South Korea. It's my great pleasure to be a part of amazing women empowering movement. Even though gender-based discriminations are still causing huge problems in a lot of Indo-Pacific countries, most of people either not aware of the problem or just ignore the fact that a number of women are suffered from the discriminations. Because of the aforementioned reason, I believe people like us who realize the seriousness of the problem should make our voice heard by actively participating in empowering movements like this. So, thank you, Navigator. Today, I'd like to talk about gender inequality in South Korea by sharing some of my personal experience along with introduction of patriarchal culture in Korea. Before I get into too deep, I'd like to lay out a few facts before about South Korea for the people who are not familiar with East Asian culture. I assume most of people who are in same or similar age range as me might heard about K-pop and beautiful palaces in South Korea, like Korean barbecue and so on. However, most of people do not know about the fact that South Korea is actually highly patriarchal. As a matter of fact, South Korea ranked the bottom place at the 2019 Glass Ceiling Index by Economist, and in 2020, South Korea ranked 108th place out of 153 countries at the Global Gender Gap Report. As you can see, no matter how much we are economically and culturally matured, Korean society is still ranked in bottom place when it comes to gender issue. Let me level with you and share some of my personal stories to let you guys can easily understand the gender stereotypical culture in Korea. When I was very little, my mom never let me sit on anywhere but the chair to make me more fertile. Even before I start my period, the whole world treated me as a mother and a child giver, and that made me limit myself as a mom, not a person with a lot of possibilities and opportunities and bright future, because I always imagine my future as a mother or a wife. When I first start my job in 20 years old in coffee shop, I was forced to wear makeup with red lipstick every day to attract more customers and sell more coffee. Which is absurd, because it was basically, the coffee shop owner basically forced me to sell my sex to sell more coffee. Because whole society forced women to objectify themselves, like my case, by being sexual and wearing red lipstick. It's just really hard to believe in ourselves that we are the ones with many opportunities. I don't think this is just a minor problem that is only happening to me or only happening in South Korea. I think this is a worldwide problem, especially if you consider the fact that the gender inequality is becoming a huge emerging problem in a lot of Indo-Pacific countries. I believe this kind of daily basis discriminations are still happening in a lot of countries like Korea, like a lot of other different societies with patriarchal culture, and this discriminations and inequality and this absurd sex selling forcing society and culture is just killing young girls' dreams and cutting women's careers. In order to lessen the gender gap and inequality in every society, we should raise our voice and share our stories so that people can actually listen to us and actually know what's the problem and what's the matter. Because still a lot of people in the world who doesn't even heard about gender inequality. And if we if we speak up and if we make our voice heard by actively getting involved in social acts uh, and changing the world, people will listen to us, and it will eventually raise the gender awareness, I believe. So we should stop refraining ourselves from getting actively involved in male-oriented society and making major changes. The more you keep your silence, the more you will micromanaged by the society, and it's not gonna change anything. So, lastly, I'd like to say that I believe in myself, and all of the people who are watching this video will make some big changes in the world. If we start to believe in ourselves, that means we can have a power to make great changes in this world for us and for future generations. Thank you for listening.